Hi guys, welcome back to another speed build in a Sims 4. I'm Kiko Builds, and for today's video we are back for another installment of my Willow Creek save file that I started some time ago, but I'm trying to make progress in it little by little. Here we are in Willow Creek, of course, and in the neighborhood of Courtyard Lane. This is a neighborhood that I usually call for myself in my save files. I call it Pancake Street because we are in the Pancakes neighborhood. You can see the Pancakes house on the right hand side of the screen here. But yeah. In the street, I've already did Brook Bungalow. On the other side of the street, the other side of the neighborhood, we had Brook Bungalow that was made into a very large family home. And this house here is a small home. It was originally Rindle Rose. That was a small two-bedroom apartment, two-bedroom house. I think it was 2 bedrooms. It was very small, a little pink house, cozy. I kind of like it, and I decided to keep this house, to remake it but keep it as a starter home, because I would like to have at least one starter home in my save file. Not sure if I will be able to make another starter home in the entire save file, because I've already I think I almost finished the Foundry Cove neighborhood. I have only one big lot to complete on this neighborhood, and I doubt this would be a starter home because it's a large lot. But yeah, let's come back to this one here. I decided to make it into a small family home. That is a starter, and we have here 2 bedrooms. We have a bedroom for parents and also a bedroom for a toddler in this little house here. At first I wondered if I started to build this and I wanted to only stick to cats and dogs. As you can see, the doors, the wallpaper that I placed, the windows and the doors, everything came from cats and dogs, and I wanted to maybe stick to just one expansion pack except for the base game. And yeah, that's what I started to do. But then when it came to the interior, I was quite limited in what I could do with the interior, so I went back and decided to choose quite a large number of packs. I didn't restrict myself from using any packs, so you will see. But I don't think we go overboard with the packs here in this little house. As you can see, the path that I'm using in this little house is the new path that we got in the terrain paints category with the base game. It was a base game update, and I really love it with the little grass blades that come through the different pavement stones, and I love this little path here. I think I will keep it gray. I'm not sure. I tried first with an orange kind of path, and yeah, I don't remember which one. I don't think I keep it gray because I went at the end, not just at the end, but at some point I realized that the house was too pale, especially because it's just it's a simple home, you know. I mean, simple as in a starter home, so you don't have many things. You don't have many things that you can place in there, so at least I had to compensate this with some color. That's how I see it. At least that's how I see it, although I really do love the white and you know, the pale color scheme, kind of neutral color scheme. But then I went and changed the colors for something a little warmer, with the spindles and the fences and things like that. So this house is around 14,800 simoleons. So yeah, it's a starter home under 50k, 15k. And the trick when you building a starter home is that, of course, you have to remain under 20,000 simoleons, because that's the base amount of money that a random sim can have when you create them in create a sim. So they have a base amount of 20,000, so they have to be able to buy the lot and buy the house that goes on the lot. So your house has to be under 20,000, but you have to keep some margin for them to be able to buy the lot as well. So that's why usually when I make a starter home, I make them under 15k, and this house is under 15k. The trick, and that's also maybe a challenge. It's not maybe, that is quite a challenge. When you build a starter home, to make it look lived in, to make it look cozy, you cannot put as many items as you'd like, because you will go over budget. So what I always do is, first of all the outside, as you can see, we have a lush garden in the front yard, and what I do is that I use all the debug plants and trees that we have, the flowers, the plants, trees, everything is cost 0 simoleons for the outside, of course, for the landscaping, I mean. And then you have, of course, to use the cheapest items in the catalog to furnish the interior. It goes for also the wallpapers, the floorings, everything, the doors, everything. But as I started with cats and dogs in mind, all the windows and doors that are on the outside are from cats and dogs, and I don't think they're the cheapest. Um, I think the cheapest come from Eco Lifestyle, but actually they don't go with the style that I was going for this house and also for this neighborhood. This neighborhood is definitely not a kind of modern style neighborhood. In the Foundry Cove neighborhood, I used a lot of Eco Lifestyle because it's very modern, and that neighborhood that I redid is quite modern. Here we are in a more traditional style, for the neighborhood, for the architecture of this neighborhood. So that's why I decided to stick with the cats and dogs doors and windows. And also, so yeah, so you have to use the cheapest items, but also what I do is that I try to use also as many debug items that I can, of course outside, but also for the inside, for the cluttering of the house, some debug items. But yeah, so as you can see, we are inside, and I used the wallpapers here that came with the cozy bistro, because I think they are so cute, and because the interior of a starter home is really so scarce, usually looks empty, so I wanted some kind of wallpaper that look a little decorative and look traditional as well. And I really love these ones, they are very cute, and I love the patterns that we have on the walls, and they look classy and not too busy as well. So that's why I chose that. And as I told you before, I started with a color scheme that is very pale and clean and white and beige and very, very soft and soft colors. But then you will see that I will go back and change that. But for now, what I used here are the I think those are the base game countertop counters and the cabinets, the cheapest ones as well, of course. I used the small fridge that came with the base game, and cats and dogs for the dining room. We have also the cheapest rugs that you can find in the game, all those rugs that you can find in the debug items, that are actually from Eco Lifestyle, and those are the rugs that your sims can craft on some kind of machine. I don't remember which one, but they can craft those rugs, and they are the cheapest that you can find in game, and they are 50 simoleons I think each. So I decided to enlarge one, to scale it up, and keep the other one, the second one, at the same size, the original size, and choose two different colors for those rugs here. But as you can see, it's too blend. It was too blend for my liking. Everything was beige, white, pale green, and really I didn't like how it turned out, especially for a small home like that. For a starter home, I needed more colors. So the first thing that I did is that, as you can see here, I went outside and I started to change also the wallpapers outside. I gave more variety to the wallpapers outside, so I placed a brick wall here that is from a horse ranch back, and also a wooden wall on the other side that is green, that is colored. And I also changed the edges of the roofs, and also the columns and the fences. The columns and the spandrels are from also horse ranch. The columns as well are from horse ranch, and I don't know what the fence are from, what pack they are from. I think they're probably from cottage living. Don't know. I'm also changing the garage door for a garage door that came in the debug items that cost 0 simoleons, of course. And yeah, placing all those beams and those columns all around that give the house a little more rustic look for the outside, something a little more lively than the first kind of look that we had here in this house. Still continuing with the hedges that I'm placing all around the house for that come with the base game, but in the debug items. And as you can see, I'm changing the path here for a more colorful pathway that is the orange swatch. And also, oh yeah, and I placed, first of all, I placed the red garage door to add some colors, but then I think at the end I changed it for a white swatch. But yeah, now you're seeing that because I want to bring my budget down, because the house was kind of started to cost a little too much, and I didn't finish the furnishing. I hadn't finished the furnishing in the interior, so I decided to place those kind of lights that are in the debug items, and they are those squares that you see, and they are invisible in live mode, but they give you quite a nice lighting to your build. So that's what I decided to place outside on the porches, the porch, the back patio, and also yeah, just for the outside lighting. I don't place this inside because they always stay lit, they never turn off, and you cannot turn them off. And usually when I play, I love to be able to turn off the lights, make the light automatic light when I play. When my sims go to bed, I love the light to be able to turn off. I always build with this in mind, with the player in mind, so that's why I don't place them inside, even though it would have brought my budget down if I had replaced the saucers that we have inside the houses with those kind of invisible debug lightings. So yeah, I'm quite satisfied and happy with how this house turned out. I did a lot of tinkering and playing around with this little house here, and as you can see here, I'm trying to find some nice paintings. I did some trials and errors with the paintings that you can find on the gallery. Tried to place them inside and to see if they cost 0 simoleon, because it's a nice alternative to the original paintings that you get in game. They are great, they are created by those simmers, and you can find them on the gallery. But I think the budget and the budget will go through the roof because they cost quite a lot of money. I think I tried the test, but the specific test that I did there, I had a bug and I didn't understand the price, the lot value. As you can see, I always keep the little window that is on the right, the left hand side, or on the top left hand side of my screen to check for the amount of money that the lot costs, the house costs. And when I tested for those paintings that you can find on the gallery, I didn't understand. There was a bug, and I didn't understand the price. The price didn't change, but when I looked on the gallery, when I uploaded the lot, the price went to the roof. So I didn't understand anything. It was definitely a glitch, because it doesn't work like that usually. But anyway, I'm rambling. I'm rambling. All in all, I had a lot of fun building this, and I started this, I think, during the summer. I started this house. Then I went on vacation, and so it was left on standby. And then I came back from vacation and I came back to The Sims 4 in November. And I started building again, but with the new kit that we got, like Life and Death and the Cozy Kitsch. And now I'm able to come back to this lot here, and I decided to change the color scheme for the inside and use a little more packs for the interior furnishing as well, to make the house look a little more lived in as well. So the house is available, of course, as usual, on the gallery under my ID Kiko_builds. I will also put the link to the tray file down below in the description box, and of course it will be available in my save file once my save file is done and available. So still working here in the interior of the house with this pale color scheme, very sad and bland color scheme, adding some curtains here and there, and they are the cheapest curtains in game from Eco Lifestyle, I think. Yes, trying to find a solution for this blank wall here, and I decided finally to place those picture frames that came with growing together. And finally we are in November. In November, when I came back to the build and decided to change the inside, the color scheme for the inside, to make it a little more colorful and lively. First thing that I did is that I changed the swatch for the wallpaper. That's wallpaper from the Bistro kit, and I changed also the flooring. I replaced it with my favorite flooring in game, that is the Eco Lifestyle flooring. I think there is one that looks very similar to this flooring, and it comes with cats and dogs, but I think the blades on the floor are the wooden blades are narrower for the cats and dogs. Anyway, the Eco Lifestyle one is my favorite. So I decided also to change the furniture. The couch that I placed there is also from Eco Lifestyle. As you guessed it, Eco Lifestyle is one of the cheapest pack to be able to furnish the inside. Of course, it's Eco Lifestyle, so it's things that are refurbished, so it's things that are crafted by the Sims and things like that. So yeah, the table, you can see the table there. I placed a table. I made a little trick to make I placed a table that came from the debug items because it looks nicer. It has a tablecloth on it, and so I placed this here. I changed also the chairs for some chairs that are more colorful, the chairs that are at the table. Also here you can see those cushions that came with Life and Death. Unfortunately, I tried to change the angle of these cushions to make them upright and for them to be perfect for those couch, for the furniture here, but we cannot with the Twisted Maxi, the tool mod from Twisted Maxi, and those items you cannot tilt them actually. That was a shame. But I still used them as they were, as is. Still placing some clutter here and there. All the clutter that I'm placing, all the clutter are from the debug items. I want nothing to I want to change nothing more in this house. Everything is 0 simoleons from now on. I mean, for the non-essential things that I'm placing in the house, they are non-essential. The plants, the flowers inside. Also I went for some wall decorations as well. That you can see a little later on. I am changing also the color scheme in the kitchen to make it a little vivid, more vivid. I mean, it's not more vivid, but it's a little darker. It was too pale. Of course I kept the same furniture, I mean the same appliances in the kitchen. As you can see, there is a coffee maker here that is from the debug items, and I think it came with life and death. Still this little round table that I placed at the center of the living room, and also as a side table, it's also a debug item. As you can see, I placed the wall decorations. They are all mounted fish because they cost nothing, and yeah, so they make up for a good wall decoration. Still placing some items here and there, and also the bikes. Originally I used the bike that came with Eco Lifestyle because it's kind of cheap, but it's not, it still costs something. So I think those bikes here are from the debug items from for rent, and so I was able to place them. Still some room decoration here, some postcards, and yeah, I think I'm changing the color scheme for the bedrooms for some things that are a little more colorful. And yeah, we have, with all this change in the color palettes, we have a house that looks a little livelier, and I'm very, very, very happy with how it turned out. Once again, I tried, I almost fell back into my green and orange color scheme. I realized that it's a color scheme that I very often use, and I tried really hard to not fall back into the green and orange color scheme. I really do love this color scheme, but yeah. Anyway, so finishing up this house with some more plants growing on the walls to make this life look really like a lively house that has a life and that was there for long. And yeah, we are at the end of this video, guys. Don't forget to give it a little thumbs up if you liked it, and to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more in the future. Hope to see you next time for my next video, guys, and in the meantime, take care. Bye.